Hi, I'm Dylan, and this is my post-assessment diary for the Healthy Living Project. So, what I discovered after recording my nutrition and fitness for 1 week is that, for one, it's not as easy to lose weight as I thought, especially so quickly, and that it's not easy to not eat fried foods as I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't say I necessarily got healthier than when I completed the pre-evaluation. Like I said, it wasn't as easy. I didn't realize how many foods were truly fried. Like I thought I just would not have to eat chicken, but I remember that I realized that throughout this that a lot of foods are fried, and so I kind of just filled my those gaps in my diet with, like I said, I was already eating pizza, so I kind of increased that, as well as just snacks and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say my diet necessarily is better now, but I would say it's kind of the same. One thing I will say, I am getting more physical activity. I went from minimal to minimal or borderline physical activity to more by running 30 minutes. I have increased and drinking more water and gotten more sleep. I've drinking maybe a bottle or a bottle and two increase in a day than I previously did, and so yeah, that's a good thing. Like I said, I do think I improved mostly biggest within my water consumption by drinking an increased amount of bottles of water, as well as increasing my physical activity from going literally 0 to a substantial amount. According to my data, the areas I did improve. So I didn't necessarily improve in my weight, but I did improve, like I stated earlier, through my water consumption as well as my physical activity over the week. I met my dietary goals by not eating any fried foods. Fried foods, excuse me. By not eating fried foods, I didn't have any fried foods throughout the entire week. Fitness, I met it by running 30 minutes every day. I did not meet my metabolic goals of losing 2 to 3 pounds. Through this, like I said, I thought it would be more easier to not eat fried foods, and so I just kind of filled it up with snacks and that kind of stuff. And yes, I do think running and drinking water helped, but I do think the snacks kind of just went where the fried foods went necessarily, and so I didn't really meet my metabolic goals, and I just in the same weight that I was when I started the experiment. I feel my health is about the same. I don't think my health is necessarily bad by having the increase of water consumption and my fitness goals, but I do think my health could be better. So I do think it's just kind of the same. It's okay. I learned that, for one, there's a lot of foods are fried. And I learned that the more easily accessible, typical, and cheaper foods, that odds are they are going to be fried. And like I said, one of my goals, one of the things I was planning on doing to help this was cooking, but I forgot how time-consuming, exhausting, and just how much work you gotta put into cooking sometimes, and just days you don't feel like doing it. And so I learned that it's not as easy to not eat fried foods as you think, especially when they're so vast and common within our society. As well as I learned that the body doesn't necessarily change as quickly as I thought it would be. I thought, honestly, just going through this experiment that I would lose 2 to 3 pounds, but I do think, and it kind of shows through my data that if you do want your body to change in that kind of way, you have to put more time in and be more rigorous with it than I kind of was. And so, yeah, that's a big lesson I learned. I do think I will continue some of the habits I started. I think, for one, increase water consumption. I think that's more so easier for me. And yes, I did have to use the bathroom a lot, but I was already kind of using the bathroom a lot by drinking water, period. And so I do think I will continue my increased water consumption, as well as continuing by going on walks and runs, because I actually find it very relaxing and just allows me to think and just kind of get my mind off things. And so I did enjoy doing those things, and so I do think drinking more water as well as doing more physical activity I will continue in the future. So my long-term nutritional and fitness health goals, I would like to get back in the gym and actually start working out again, which I do kind of have plans to do in the future, more so in the afternoon rather than the morning, because I do think I could do better at that. But getting back in the gym, lifting weights, bulking up, all that kind of stuff. As well as I would like to kind of eat healthier. I understand I'm not in the best area to do that, but if I take little baby steps, I can kind of improve. And so, yeah, that's my post-assessment. That's my entire experience for the Healthy Living Project. Thank you for listening.